Hi YouTube, welcome to the introductory video of the Blue Bottle Bunny Farm. I'm Susan. Got Randy behind the camera who you'll meet shortly.
Hi y'all.
And we want to show you around the farm a little bit. So I think we're going to start off first with some of our new baby rabbit bunnies.
Yeah.
Alright, these are our baby American Chinchilla, and they have this beautiful gray coat, which I grow them for their fur and for their meat. I love rabbits. They kind of taste like chicken to me, and they're a lot healthier. We're going to take the rabbits that are in here and put them in grow-out cages. I want to show you my other babies. These are little Rex babies. I grow them also for their fur because it's the softest fur I've ever felt. This is the mom, Hazel. She's not a very good mother, but she is a registered rabbit. That's why we keep her around. We're going to let her have some babies again, I guess, you know, when I'm ready for more meat. And on her last litter, she had 6, and these are the only 2 that made them because she ate them.
2.
And this is Zinnia. She is a beautiful Rex rabbit, and she has the biggest dewlap I have ever seen. Looks like she's wearing a turtleneck or cowl neck sweater. But she's kind of a blue color.
We're going to move forward a little bit here so we can see the rabbit that we're talking about.
That's Zinnia. She is a beautiful
escape artist. So let's go over to the other side and open the other half of her hutch.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah, one of our best ones.
Biggest dewlap I've ever seen on a rabbit. She is a broken, her coat is called broken, that's what they call it. And she's a broken gray. She's a good mom. Might
explain what a dewlap is, or there.
The dewlap is the fat right up under her chin. Oh, it's so pretty. It's just her. The girls have big ones. And we are going to move this little guy over to the grow-out pen because we have too many in this hutch over here on the other side.
Yeah, I was getting a little crowded. Before we step over there, we did build this rabbit hutch from scratch. Each rabbit has 2 areas, one on a patio, screen patio, one on a fully enclosed side with a crawl space in between. It's got a shake shingle roof up top, and it's on legs.
Yeah.
So very nice housing for the rabbits. This is probably our best housing area.
Can you see underneath where the poop falls down here? And we use that for our garden. Some summers the flies come and lay eggs here, and we have just maggots like you wouldn't believe, which is wonderful because I just scoop them up and we feed them to the chickens.
Yeah, chickens absolutely love them.
Right.
Here is the carport area that we've are going to turn into a barn eventually for the animals to live in, and we've got the rabbits started in this area, so they've got shelter. Let us step around and we'll load them in the grow-out cage.
Alright, we're going to put this little guy in here with his brothers and sisters, and they will grow out really nicely and probably be ready to eat in about 3 weeks. These are some Rex that are ready to butcher, and we'll probably do that. I might do it tonight, but I might not. So, anyhow, they're real sweet little bunnies. This rabbit is a full-grown Rex male. His name's Shabbat Shalom, and he was born on Passover. This is my first rabbit here. This is Fricassee. She is so sweet. I don't breed her much because she's just a white New Zealand, and I really like the coats on the Rex and the Chinchilla's a lot better. But if I ever want to have fur to dye, That's kind of why I keep her around. She's such a good mama.
New Zealand's are also used for the amount that they eat compared to the amount of meat that grows on them, and they're the fastest growing meat rabbit there is compared to the amount of food they eat. So that is a breed that we are going to keep and use.
Yeah, they have a good meat to bone ratio, is what they say about these. But to me, they all taste the same.
And speaking of meat to bone,
oh yeah,
here's one that likes bones, and he's got a lot of meat on him. He's probably the worst farm dog that you can get, because he'll go after anything that moves and is on the ground. And he's had his share of chickens and rabbits, and he just doesn't tangle with the pigs much. But
yeah.
Let's go ahead and move on.
This is Casper. He is my buck on my American Chinchillas. Love these coats. So beautiful.
And is that a silver gray or?
He's an American Chinchilla.
American Chinchilla.
This is Flim. He doesn't like to be petted very much. As you can see, he's almost wild. But he's huge. And we grow giant Flemish because they're just so big. I hope one day to make kind of a little bunny area on the ground where he can just run, because he loves being out of his cage. This guy under here is another buck. This is, come on, Nardo. He's
our registered
house bunny.
He's a registered Rex.
He's litter trained. We used to keep him in the house, but we don't anymore.
And does he have Leo tattooed in his ear?
Yeah, Leo, but I call him Mr. Nardo.
Leonardo the rabbit.
He needs his nails clipped.
He'll go inside with the dogs, go into the house. He will use a cat box, and he's a very neat and clean rabbit. And when he's inside, the dogs know that he's not fair game, and all the dogs, including the dachshund, will leave him alone and won't attack him.
They play with him, though. All right.
Daisy is one of
she's a Flemish New Zealand mix. She's really big, and she's going to be the doe I use to get more Flemish giants. This is, he doesn't have a name. He's a buck, and he is Daisy's baby. He was also born on Passover.
Yeah, that day we happened to have 30 babies.
30 bunnies.
30 bunnies born on one day.
Yeah. That was from 3 does, and we had 30 rabbits, and that's just way too many. It was really difficult to feed them and grow them out, and some of them escaped, and but we caught them. We caught them in the woods. We caught them with the pellet gun.
Some with the pellet gun, and we actually caught quite a few by hand and returned them to the cage.
Well, let's go look at the pigs. All right, these are our pigs. And they are nasty little things.
Yes, we've had some rain recently, so they certainly have a mud field in there. And what can you say about pigs? They're not one of our favorites.
No, I think when I get rid of these, I think we're going to stop doing pigs.
But they do.
The advantage of having pigs is that anything you have left over, any food that spoils, any extra milk you have, you can always feed it to the pigs. And I don't feel like I'm ever wasting anything. This one over here, the largest one, these pigs were all born. Their moms got out of their enclosures and just kind of had them out in the woods and brought them back, and we had to catch them. The large one was the last one we caught, and so he grew a lot more than these others did. And they ate grubs, and a lot of grubs, because we had grubs in the grass and in the compost, so that source of protein just made those pigs really big. But we ate 2 of them. And I like to eat the females, but the males, when you cook them, they just have this smell that I just don't like anymore. So I think we're done with pigs.
And they love their igloo. They seem to be a favorite housing for these little guys.
Yeah, that was a good thing. And that other was just an office desk we brought home. And it used to be their enclosure. And they go in there sometimes to get out of the rain, but they can all fit in that igloo.
When they're born, about 3 days after they're born, they can outrun you already.
Yeah, they sure can. All right, let's look at the chickens. Chickens.
Say again.
These are the chickens. We have 6 hens and a rooster, and we usually get from spring until early fall about 5 to 6 eggs a day, which is more than we can eat. So they last us all year.
And the eggs are green, blue, light brown, dark brown.
Kind of pink sometimes. These are all Easter egg varieties, so they have really pretty eggs. Also igloo for housing.
And they say that you can tell the color of egg that they're going to lay by the skin that's on the side of their face.
Yeah, you look at their ears.
Right in their ear area.
Our rooster, his feathers are growing back. He used to live in the goat enclosure, but the little goats, they started like pulling his feathers out. So my other rooster died, and they have not quite accepted him yet. And so anyhow, when the other rooster died, it gave this one, opened up a spot for him to live with the hens, and he's much happier, looking better.
Well, all right, let's go take a look at the goats, huh?
Oh, the goats are our favorites. All right, well, this is our goat enclosure. It's our front yard, and we keep it in here with just a simple pallet fence that Randy and I built. We got these pallets for $1 a piece, and we built the fence by stacking one way and then 2 the other, and have them attached with wood screws, and then attached over here to our neighbor's privacy fence. Come on in, let's look at the goats.
And a pallet for a gate, too.
Yeah.
Just want to show a quick shot of the bees that are around. They have just come recently within the last 2 weeks, and we're very glad to have them. We have not tried to get rid of them in any way. They're very, very friendly, and the goats seem to be able to eat right around them. This is the feeder that's attached to the fence, but we might try to track their hive and find out where the honey is at. But in the last 2 years, we have not had honeybees in our area or at our house at all. So we are thrilled to death to have these bees here, and hope that they stay with us through next spring and garden season so that they might pollinate what the plants that we're going to plant.
This is my favorite. This is Caesar, and he's a funny little guy. There's his sister, Boggles. We named her Boggles because it looks like she's wearing boots and goggles. Delilah, she's expecting, and that's Stubble and Angel. We have 3 females and 2 males.
So all the babies you see have come from Angel, the white goat in the far background.
Yeah.
And the male here in the black, he's the father of 2 of these. As you can see, they have a nice wide open area to play, nice big spot to run, and they have a lot of fun in this area.
Here, let's walk over here. Tell me smelling them.
This is their little play table. They like to play King of the Hill.
Well, that's the farm, the Blue Bottle Bunny Farm. We'll be making videos about just what we do from day to day on the farm, what we do with our milk, what we do with our eggs, how we preserve, canning, gardening.
Some butchering techniques, building the pallet fences. We'll even get into some things like colloidal silver, and just what we do around the house here. We've got some bread on, and we've got some salmon for thaw and steaks for thaw today for dinner, and we'll just show you a little bit of our life and how the quality of our life has increased since we've been here on the micro farm.